It's an okay version of the game, even though I really wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend this version over that one. But if you can get a hold of it, get Ys Eternal, the PC version that was released in 1997 in Japan. There is a fan translation of it available online if you want to use that one, or of course you can use an English guide to help you through it. The graphics and changes to Ys in Ys Eternal definitely make that one the best version. Just the boss battles alone are much more animated. There's anime cutscenes that are in the game. The voice acting is a little bit different. Of course, it being only Japanese, it's all in Japanese. But very well done, very beautiful to look at. The music's very solid. Probably the best version of the music that's available other than the TurboGrafx version. So if you can get a hold of it, Ys Eternal, easily the best version of the game. Right here is a decent place to grind a little bit. I'll do it just to gain one level. But now I'm going to go back up to the next floor, and at the very end will be my last place for training. With that little bit taken care of, I'm going to go back to the mirror maze, and when I get to the end, I'll do a little bit more grinding. Our path is the same that we took before. Go into the mirror right here on the right. When you get this choice, go down this path on the right. Work your way all the way around this long path in order to enter the mirror at the very end of it. Go into the left mirror. Then work your way around and enter in where that double door was before that last boss that we fought. While I'm here, this is the last place to train before the final room, so I'm going to gain the last bit of levels I need to fight the final boss. Once you're done grinding the last bit that you need, go through the mirror, and then work your way all the way to the top of the stairs back to the door that hurt us before. Before entering the door, make sure that you have your health replenished fully by either using a healing potion or by using your heal ring. Once our health is full, I'm going to equip back to my power ring, but make sure also that you equip all the silver equipment, because that's the only way we'll be able to fight the final boss. Work your way around the path, and once you get over to here, you'll have one more cutscene before the end.
I know you are searching for the secrets contained within the books, and you have done well so far. I am impressed by your daring ambition. But of course you are still defenseless against my superior powers. The name Dark Fact will be the scourge of all men to come. Oh, you are brave, but you are also a fool. You have no chance without the protection of the silver equipment. Knave, prepare to die!
It's now time for our final boss battle of Ys Book 1. Now this boss can be a bit of a pain if you're not the right level. Every time you do damage to him, you just have to walk into him to do damage. A piece of the ground breaks apart and you're not going to want to fall into that. Sometimes you can get multiple hits in on him, especially when he's at the lower part of the screen. The good news is, with the right equipment, as well as the right level, he's a very easy final boss battle. He's much easier than even the previous boss before him. Once he's defeated, you can enjoy the ending to Ys Book 1. Once we have the final book from Dark Fact, make sure that you read it, and by reading it, it initiates the ending of the game.
All communication to Darm Tower has been cut off. What should we do to stop this rogue? His bravery presents an interesting challenge. Let's see how far this Adol character can go before we crush him. Very well then, sir.
Are you all right? Me? I am Lilia from Rance Village. I felt a cold shiver down my spine, and I felt compelled to come in this direction. Then I found you lying here on the ground, your body surrounded by a pure white light. This is the land of Ys. There are many goons patrolling this area. Quickly, let's go to my village before they find us.
After our opening cutscene, we now go back to our screen. You'll see that things are a little bit different now. We still have our experience at the bottom, but now we have an MP meter. These two introduce a magic system to the game, and that replaces the ring system from the previous game. These two takes place in the world of Ys, the floating island of Ys to be exact. And before we can really continue on going into any of the dungeons, we have to meet with a few people in town to get an idea of where we're supposed to go. If you are of course interested in seeing how much EXP you need for your next level, you have to see it by going into your status screen in the menu. One other thing that you'll learn pretty quickly is that you've lost all your equipment from the previous game, so you're down with no shields, no swords, and no armor. The first person that we met with was Dr. Flair's brother, and he told us that we have to rescue his brother, Dr. Flair. And now we're meeting with Bernice. Bernice is the mother of Lilia, the girl from the opening cutscene, and we find out that Lilia is actually sick and only has a few months left to live. Bernice tells us that Dr. Flare actually may have a cure for the disease that Lilia has, but of course he's been missing as we found out from the previous guide. So right now our goal is to find Dr. Flare to hopefully find a cure for Lilia. Bernice gives us a little bit of money so that we can actually buy some equipment, and now we're going to go into the mayor's house first, and we find out that the mayor is also run off to the ruins. So, well, I guess you know where we're going next. Our first dungeon of the game, the ruins. Now to start off in the ruins, you have this little cave area, and then you go up into the actual big ruins area. This area is quite large, as